I'm trying not to look at this screen up here. It's very, very, very distracting, but pretty much yesterday made our half day mark with the pregnancy. I'm 20 weeks and a day, and I'm just so amazed. I'm feeling her move often. When she doesn't move, I get nervous, but I mean, it's all a part of pregnancy or whatnot. I just wanted to come and talk about certain things. I'm probably not gonna hold this camera like this the whole time, Jesus, because my arm is already getting tired. So let me try to set up something here. There we go. This will work. All right. Anyways, so basically, okay, my pregnancy is the one thing that's going like it's supposed to be going. It's running smoothly. Other than some pretty disgusting pregnancy symptoms, everything is going fine. I have been a completely different person. Yeah, in the beginning of my pregnancy, when I first found out, I ugly cried. It wasn't something that I was looking for. Of course, it was something that I was hoping for, but it wasn't something that I was looking for, mainly because at the time that I got pregnant, I was told that I had a very high prolactin level. Like, my body thought it was pregnant, and I guess that came from me wanting to be pregnant so long. Had leakage from my breast, and so I had to take bromocriptine to regulate that. And on top of that, a lot of things ricocheted with my high prolactin level, and then I was pre-diabetic. So I'm just like, all this stuff. So at the time that I started taking the medicine, I'm thinking, there's no way, no way I'm finna get pregnant now. It's finna be a minute. It wasn't even a month that I was taking. It was probably 2 weeks that I was taking it. I ovulated again. Because I don't believe I was ovulating because my cycles were late. They were abnormal and all of that. So I ovulated. How do I know I ovulated? I'm not the type of person that will just take a medicine just to be taking it without checking it. As a natural person, I hate taking medicine because if you look at the commercials and you really listen to them, that woman who be talking real fast and she tell you the side effects, I'm not going to be sitting up here taking this medicine if it's not working. So at the time that I thought I should be ovulating, I took an ovulation test, and I was ovulating this particular night. And I made a joke to my husband. I'm like, come get me pregnant. And lo and behold, that's exactly what he did. And I did not know I was pregnant. I didn't have any pregnancy symptoms that I was willing to be aware of, because the medicine made me nauseous. If I felt nauseous, I chopped it up to the medicine. If I felt tired, I chopped it up to the medicine. My husband actually knew I was pregnant prior to. He was like, you acting pregnant. After I was able to sniff out the fact that my husband had a Mountain Dew for lunch, like that. Like, it was a lot of things leading to me being pregnant, but I was ignoring it. I chopped it up to the medicine because I had done it so many times before and wasn't pregnant. I was not willing to be that crazy woman taking all those pregnancy tests that like I was trying to let it go. I was letting go and letting go. I was on my way home and I was having a car concert, and I'm singing. The car concerts is the one you don't care if somebody look in the car and they're so infectious that they start joining in singing with you too. I was having one of them concerts, and I heard the sweet spirit of the Lord tell me to take a pregnancy test. I'm in denial. I'm like, ain't no need for me to take no pregnancy test. He sat with me the whole way home. And I'm thinking, I don't even have to pee. What I look like taking a pregnancy test? So I get home. I have digital pregnancy tests in the cabinet. And I take a pregnancy test. Mind you, I didn't have to pee when I got home. Before I got home. But as soon as I got in the house, I'm you know how you do that little switch salsa dance to the restroom? That's how in the tight I was. So as I'm waiting, I'm giving myself a pep talk. I'm like, you know what? It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. It's most likely going to come out negative. But I just want you to be okay if it comes out negative. Legit. When I tell you, I looked at that test and that joint said pregnant, I holla. And I made the most unnatural sound. And I'm not finna sit up here and try to duplicate it. I'm not. I had some conflicted feelings. Of course, I wanted to be very excited. I was afraid, obviously, because when you have two chemical pregnancies and a missed miscarriage, you know, you just, the first thing out your mind is, are you gonna stay with me? And I wanted to be excited. I wanted to be excited, but I honestly did not know how to feel. And so the only thing I could do was pray and look at the rainbow for what it was. The fact of the matter is, I was afraid I couldn't conceive. You know, I hadn't conceived in a long time. So I'm thinking, okay, well, now we're getting somewhere. You know, now we're trying to do a little something. So at least I had that. But I immediately gave the pregnancy to God. And so then after that, baby girl just started sticking around. And that's another thing. I thought it was a boy. But she just started sticking around. And yeah, now we at 20 weeks. Guys, in the beginning, I was scared. I didn't really have a lot of symptoms. I was like, oh my God. Like, I just worried. I worried throughout most of my first trimester. Nothing, absolutely nothing made me feel better. It was like I was an addict. Like, I needed to be constantly updated and constantly reassured. And then around 8 weeks, my Naja just was like, all right, we're good. And because of my miscarriage, the last pregnancy with Jamie, I was able to have an early ultrasound. So when I saw my little jelly bean on the screen, it was like, all right, we're good. But then after that, it was just like, well, Jamie survived until 9 weeks and 2 days. So, you know, now I have to sit up here and bite my nails until 12 weeks. Then I messed around and got one of those home Doppler things, fetal Doppler heart monitors. Couldn't find the heartbeat. I'm stressing myself out. And I'm like, oh my God, I ain't never been no skinny girl. I ain't never had no flat stomach. But at the same time, it wasn't so much. There's not that much that you can't see. Like, you would think I had a flat stomach a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know I got a little meat. But you don't think it's that much meat. I scared myself a lot. I did not know how to relax. It was always something. And then on top of that, like, I just wanted everything to be okay. And then as time progressed, 12 weeks, she just in there bouncing. And at this time, I still thought it was a boy. So because my last baby was, we lost her due to Down syndrome, they wanted to do genetic testing on this baby. They offered that to me. And just to make sure everything was okay. And I opted to have that reassurance, even though I knew my insurance would not cover that because I had basic. So we got that, and because of that, we were able to find out her gender. And they told me it was a girl. Like, I just started apologizing to my belly because I had been calling it a boy. But I was just so in shock. And the beautiful thing about it is God's signature has literally been over this whole pregnancy. Like, my husband would pray that God gave us what was taken from us. And we lost a daughter, and He's sending one back to us. And I just think that is so amazing. And the whole entire pregnancy, I've been pretty much conflicted with the people that I love in my life. I've been to myself. Well, let me finish this whole bit. Then I stopped feeling like I was pregnant my second trimester, 14 to about 17 weeks or 16 weeks. Then, like, I thought she pokes me in my stomach when I started worrying. It was like this doo-doo-doo and in my right side. And basically, long story short, things have been going fine. Like, there's been some baby bonding going on. My husband was able to feel her kick for the first time last week. It's been amazing. And my mom will get to come to the appointment with me on Wednesday and meet her granddaughter and see her and hear her heartbeat. So that's amazing. Me, this pregnancy, my moods, my personality, God has pulled people out of my life. God has placed people in my life, and God has started to distance certain people in my life. I had certain things happen that bothered me. And because of that, I pulled away to protect my mental state and my stress level and all of that for my child. When I first told certain people I was pregnant, reactions, they didn't react very nicely, and there was no apologies for it. I kind of felt like at that moment I always been able to talk to people when they needed me to talk to them, and they never really recognized it. It was always like I wasn't doing enough, even though there have been times where I've put aside things I've been going through several times to make them feel like everything was all right. But with this, it was too much going on at once, for one, in the beginning of my pregnancy. And so I just let go. And I think people get like that when they're pregnant. I don't know. So this whole pregnancy, I've been watching God. I've been taking it easy, trying to keep the stress away, and I've pulled back. Because even prior to pregnancy, there were so many things that were so draining on me already. And then I just had to, nope, we shutting it down. We shutting it down because this baby got to grow. I ain't trying to have her look like one of y'all. I ain't trying to have her come out no baby full of anxiety. No. So that's where I'm at. Moving forward, I'm excited to move into the latter half of the pregnancy. This first half has flown by, but I guarantee this second half gonna slow. When you're pregnant, you're told to take it easy. People have their different views. I've literally been as delicate as a flower. I ain't been doing nothing, nothing, and I've been judged for that. I'm unapologetic for doing what I felt was best for me and my child. And I mean, those who love me accept it. Those who want to be messy by yourself over there. Then people want to give you advice. Don't have that. Don't have this. Boy, when I tell you, it's a wonder. If I was to follow everything everybody was saying, I would be starving. I had somebody tell me I couldn't even eat bread, bruh. I couldn't have a cracker. I'm sitting up here what I'm gonna eat then? I couldn't have smoothies. I wanted some pig feet. Couldn't have that. Couldn't have seafood. Even though it's a list of the seafood you couldn't have. You can't just have that. You can't have sausage. You can't have eggs. You can't have yogurt. No ice cream. You can't have red meats. Excuse me, but they don't recommend it, so don't eat it. You can't have chicken. Man, you can't have nothing. So I've had to tune all this stuff out for the benefit of my child and my mind. Oh, there got my man. I gotta go.